If you were to get from Y level 0 to the sky limit as fast as you could, how would you do it? Would you make a huge staircase or start pillaring? Would you use an elytra or an extremely insane explosive? Well, today we're going to be looking at the fastest ways to get to the sky limit in Minecraft. You see, if you were to make one of these staircases, which you probably do while making a mine, you'd go 2 blocks per second. This is just an estimate though, because you could trip on the blocks that you walk on, or you could perfectly be climbing. But if you were to just start pillaring instead with less room for error, you'd go 1/100th of a block faster per second. They could be counted as the same speed though, because there are just a few places where it's possible to mess up. While 2 blocks a second is pretty fast, getting you from coordinate 0 to the height limit in just about 2.5 minutes, you can make it a whole lot faster by splashing yourself with Jump Boost 2 and taking off from there. This means placing 2 blocks per jump, which brings your total per second to around 3.35 blocks. But hold your horses, because before you go around killing rabbits and brewing jump boost potions, consider adding stairs to the horrible staircase from before and brewing a speed potion. You see, if you were to use stairs, a speed 2 potion, and sprint all the way, you could make it to the top in a whopping 7.82 blocks per second. The only problem with that is that you're not going to make a speed potion every time you want to go to the top of your world, because it's a waste of materials. So we need something more efficient, something that doesn't use materials every time we wanted to use it, unlike pillaring or using potions. That's where minecarts come in, because if you were to light every powered rail on a track only going up, it would make you go 13/100ths of a block faster than running up with a speed potion. And that's pretty good considering you don't need any materials to use this. Although what we've been doing is pretty fast, we've been doing something really wrong. Pretty much, while we've been increasing our Y level, our other coordinates have also been changing. This means that some of the time we've been spending is actually going to the side, which means we need a strategy to only go vertically, which is where the bubble column comes in. Because while this is an extremely popular build, most people don't end up using it because you need to go to the nether and get soul sand to even make it accessible. And setting it up isn't really all that fun, but once you see that it can go over 12 blocks per second, you'll always be using this. Elytras are expensive, that's something we can all agree on, especially when you're spamming down your firework rockets, because by looking vertically up and spamming Flight Duration 3 rockets, you could go 30 blocks a second, reaching the height limit in around 10 seconds. Although this isn't ideal because you need a literal gunpowder printer machine to even use this. But by using a Trident with Riptide 3, you can fly vertically at 81.7 blocks per second, which is absolutely insane. This only works in rain though, because Riptide is a water-based enchantment, only activating when there's water. Before we move on to the fastest method, you should definitely subscribe, because we're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the new year. This entire time, we've been focusing on maximizing strategies to go as fast as possible to the height limit. Now, while these are really good methods, they're nothing compared to this. Or should I say, these. You see, an end crystal deals the biggest explosion in Minecraft, and when you stand above it, it can launch you this fast. And while this may seem like a lot just for one end crystal, it can go much, much further. An end crystal is an entity, which means you can cram as many as you want of them into one block. So by making a contraption like this, you could spam down end crystals. Now watch how high you can go from this many end crystals. Did you miss that? Here it is again, slowed down. But this is only 50 end crystals, and you can place an infinite amount of them into one block. So that means there is no fastest way to get to height limit, but end crystals are the fastest method.